So now, since we've dropped, yeah, yes, yeah, I can hear you. Exactly. Yeah, welcome. So now that we have taken our age originally out of the original data frame, I want it back. I want it back to the original data frame. So what I'll do is pd dot concat. Uh, Take note that in pandas it was concatenate, but in numpy it was concatenate, but in pandas it is concat. So I'll specify what I want to concatenate, which is df2 and ages. df2 and ages. Then I have to specify the how am I going to concatenate it, if it's column wise or if it's row wise. So if I do this, for me to do this, I have to specify this. I'll put it in a double bracket because then I'll specify, since I want it to be on the column aspect, then I can just do 1. So you see it, I've gotten it back. If you want this error to be out, you just specify as this equal to 1. That error will be out. So I've gotten my age back. So if I make reference now to df2, you see that the age df2. Okay, I ought to reassign this, or I use the keywords tool here in place. You see that df2 here did not change, but when I do this and I specify in place equals to true, anything you do and you specify in place equals to true, it change the original state. Then in place equals to true. There's a keyword for that. Concat got an unexpected keyword in place. Okay. Let's just check this out. pd.concat. Let's check this out. Let's see what the problem is. Okay. So there's no concat, there's no in place in what's it called, in concat. So the only thing you have to do here is to reassign this df2 equals to this. Then when you call your df2, that's taking the new shape. So that is for concatenation, and from this data frame we can perform some kind of arithmetic operations. Like briefly, we can see how we can get some descriptives. First, let's start with how we can get some descriptive statistics from this data frame. So all I have to do is df2 dot describe and it will pick out only the numeric column and will give me these descriptives of the numeric column, telling me what the count is, that is the number of observations, telling me what the mean is, telling me what the standard deviation is, telling me the maximum value and the minimum value. Then what you see as the 25th percent, 50% and 75th percent are the 25th quartile, 50th quartile, and the 75th quartile. So that this is what the descriptive statistics, what it gives me. first quarter, or what we call the first quarter, the second quarter, and the third quarter. So if we look at it, we'll see that the count here is 5. 0 to 4 is 5. So that is this count here. Then when we look at it, you see the mean. When you sum this up and you divide it to find the mean, you get the mean. Then when you do this for standard deviation, you also have that. Now let's assume that we have more than one arithmetic column. So I want to add something to this. I'll call this DF scores. DF scores. I want to add this, DF2 scores. That is data frame 2 scores. And I want to add this to it. What I'm adding 5 things. It's called 45. The other is called 50. The other is called 67. This is called 70. And this is called 90. So I'll add this. Then when I do my DF2, you see that score has been added to the data frame. Now, if I repeat that DF2 dot describe, I will have just the descriptive statistics for A and B, for age and score. So it will be for age and score, then it will give me these descriptive statistics. So far, any question? Do you have any questions so far? Okay. So, but let me assume you don't want to get the mean, you don't want to get the age and everything, you don't want to get the mean, standard deviation, and the count. You just want maybe one out of these descriptive statistics. You don't want everything. Then how will you do it? I can do df2 dot, if I do df2 dot mean, it gives me the mean for both. It gives me the mean for both. But in a more standard way, I can do df2 dot aggregate. df2 dot aggregate. Either I use AGG or aggregate, they both perform the same function. So I have passed in what I want, which is what? The mean. Sorry, this should be a list. Let me see, aggregates, why is throwing error? Mean, oh sorry, I'm using a capital N. Sorry, Python is case sensitive. This to be small n. And it gives me this. So if I want just only the mean, I can get this. But if I want the mean of just the age, I can also do this. I say age. Just give me the df2, go to the age column, give me just the mean. Then when I do this, I'll get just the mean for the age. I'll get just the mean for the age. And also, instead of going through the long process, I can do df2 age, then I'll do what? Dot mean. It will give me just the mean. The same thing goes with if I say df2 dot df2 age dot std for standard deviation. It will give me the standard deviation. And also, if I want just the mean and standard deviation, if I want just the mean and standard deviation, I can specify this. I put STD here, then I'll get this, the mean and standard deviation. Can we proceed? Okay. So now, at times as a data scientist, you might be performing some kind of decision making. Like, let's look at the LTF2 again. Let's see. You might be asked to from the data frame, maybe you are asked to pick the scores that are above 50. You want only the scores that are above 50. Then one might be wondering, how will I pick the scores that are above 50? How will I get that? To get that is very simple. You can just use your DF2, then specify the column score, and where it is what? Where it is above 50. But the problem is this gives us true and false. It doesn't give us the data frame of those that are having scores of above 50. So someone might want to think, how are we going to do that? How are we going to get those that the scores are above 50 as a data frame? Now, to do that, this is what they call maxing. They call it maxing in Python. Oh, sorry, in Pandas. You max the data frame. So in maxing, what you have to do is just to call the name of the data frame df2. Then you put your max inside. Then when you run this, it returns to you a new data frame. Is it clear? Okay, so I will come again. Yeah. It have to be your data frame. This one has to be your data frame. Remember, assume yes. And so you are saying it should go to the data frame and go to the score column and pick those out that is greater than 50. When you run this without the second df, it returns true and false. It returns true and false for you. And when you look at it, the first one is false because 45 is not greater than 50. The second is false because 50 is not greater than 50. Then 67 is true. 70 is true. 90 is true because those ones are greater than 50. But you cannot present this because you are not having the full details. You don't know the name, the sex, the gender of these two. So to get the full details of these two, that's why we have to call it df2. Again, we have to put it into the data frame. So it will only take the true aspect and throw out the false aspect. So when we do this, we now have this data frame. I don't know if you understood now. Okay. So, Faith, are you with us? Okay. So that is what we call maxing. And this maxing we can do it in different ways. Let me assume this gives us the gender is male and female. But we want a situation where we only select the male or the males that have 50 and above. The practical example is maybe you have a data set that is on sales. Then as data analyst, you record that. So please, these are the sales we have for this month. I want you to pick out all the adults that bought this our product from Sokoto. Maybe pick out all the adults that bought this product from Sokoto. So there are many adults that bought the product from different locations. So, but you have been asked as a data scientist that pick out just for Sokoto, adults in Sokoto. So in a situation like that, you have to use your marks. So maybe you can say something like this for the adults. Let me say the adults now is DF2, where the age, maybe the definition for adult according to the constraint you were given is the age should be greater than, let me see, than 30. The age should be greater than 30. Then also that's for the adult marks. Then the location, this time around, let's use sex. Let's say the adults that are male. So I'll say sex, or let me say gender, equal to DF2 gender, where the gender now is equal to, the gender is equal to what is a string male. Okay, and that is what we want. We want to use this tool. We want to get those that are age 30 and they are above. Okay, let's say we want to get those that score above 50. Those that score above 50, their age above 30 and their gender is male. Let's see this. So we can say we want to filter the score now. These are just marks I'm creating. The F2. And I have score is greater than 40. Let me use greater than 40. Then I have created my marks. Now I want to use it in the data frame. I have to do df2. I'll specify what I want. Those that score this. The way I place the marks does not matter. I can say gender, and this is an in data frame, not this and adults and gender. Okay, when I run this, what do we have? We have only one person that scored above 50 and his gender is a male. His gender is a male and his age above 30. Only one person. Okay, let's see. I think we might have more than one person. I think we might have more than one person here. Sorry. We might have more than one person here. If I change this to female, if I change the gender marks to female, and I run this, okay, I also have one person, only one person. And let me change the constraint. Let me take away these gender marks. Let me comment it out. I don't want to use the gender marks because it's limiting. Okay, I see my error. I've been using gender instead of gender adults. So gender score, sorry. Because I have gender, I have adults, so I should have score here as the third marks. Not gender. So I have this. Only Anita scored above 40 and Anita is age above 30. Okay, so if I change this to male, I don't know if I have much male here because we are just using a small value. Okay, I also have only one person, only one male. So let me just comment this gender and let it fetch out just those ones for me, just these two marks. Okay, I have these two names. So from these, a practical example, maybe they say, okay, get the average or get the mean of the amount they spent. The amount they spent, that is the score they have. Okay, we can say, we can use this, we can take this and put dot mean. If you put dot mean, what will it give us? You see it. So it picks for the aggregate, for the age and score, then it returns the mean value for these two for me. Remember, I told you to avoid this stuff. You can simply use what? Aggregates. Since you can use aggregate or AGG, specify since you want the mean will be in this, and it will give us just the mean. So far so good. Are we cool with this? Are we cool with this? Okay. And for what? For all. OR. Okay. All is just a pipe. This pipe. So when let me, so that I'll keep it separate. Let me do this. I come down below. I paste it. This for and this is for all. So when we run this, you see it's eventually like giving us everything, because it takes adult or score. So the condition for our adults is that they are age above 30. When we look at the age here, you see this Timothy and this, they are age above 40. Then we look at our score, the score above 40, above 30, and the score is above 40. We look here, there is no score here that is below 40. If we should reduce this score, if we should increase the score and the score above 50, let's say above 50, you see that the number has decreased. So in pandas, and this and the logical and is this and. When you use this other and, it will throw an error. And when you use or, it will show an error except you use the pipe. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay, the mean. Yeah, this place. Okay. Look at adult here. Adult is defined. It's gender that we commented on. Adult is defined. Because look at the condition for adults here. When you look at your data, this condition for adults, when you look for your adults, it will return you true or false. True and false rather. It will return true and false, a series for you, true and false. Because you say go to the data frame DF2, go to the age column, and those ages that are greater than 30, it will put it true. Those that are less than 30 or that are equal to 30, we have false. So you understand now? Okay. So that is it. So, but when you now max it, it only returns the true. When you max it, it only returns the true and do away with the false. When you max it, it only returns the true and do away with the false. Okay, welcome. So like also in pandas, we can do DF2. DF2. When you're going to get the sum of the scores. You can see age, then just do sum. It gives you the sum of the scores. Then if you want to stress yourself and instead of using dot mean, you want to stress yourself, you can say df2 age dot score dot sum slash df2 age dot count. Then you see it gives you just what the mean gave you. So passing through this process is hectic. Okay, something here, you have this data frame df2. You have your df2, and let me assume that this is data frame for all for a product. Then they ask you that, okay, we want to count how many people bought this product. Maybe, okay, as we have male and female here, once, okay, give us the number of males and give us the number of female in the data frame. In the class, we want the number of male, we want the number of female. All you have to do, you say df2 dot value underscore counts. Then when you do this, it gives you the number of values underscore counts. When you pick, it gives you 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 because I'm not specifying. I'm telling you to give me all the data frame, but I want the number that are male and female. So I have both gender here. I'll do this. Tell me the male 3, the male 2, the female there are 3. So if in the product, in the category for product that we'll be seeing tomorrow we'll be working with a data set. A data set I was opportunity to get. The sales, talking on Nigeria sales, we'll work on it. Then we'll be able to do some analysis to get the number of patronage from a particular region, what is affecting this, just like that. That will do tomorrow. Read it. But with value counts, you'll be able to get the distinct values and the distinct value and their counts in side by side. You give you the distinct value, you give you the counts. But if you just want just only the distinct values without the counts, then you have to specify this df2 gender dot unique QU. Okay, so you see it gives me that in this gender column, the unique values there, they are female and male, F and M. That's just the unique value. So this is unique. It's unique. This is just the unique value. There's something very similar to what you see here. Is what you have seen here is this dot n unique. N unique. This gives us the number of the unique items or the unique values or observation. Let me use observation. Inside this particular gender, how many numbers are unique there? We have only 2 things are unique, the male and the female. So that's for n unique. Unique gives us the items itself, not the number. that are unique, while value can't place the unique items and how many times those unique, the frequency of occurrence of those unique things. Can we proceed? Any question? Any question? Kahali, you are welcome. Our friend Kahali from outside the country. We are glad you joined us. Mr. Noble, are you still with us? Okay. Do you have any question, any comment, any observation? Okay, okay for now. Okay. So, like what I said, tomorrow we'll be working with what's it called? An Excel file, to read an Excel file, to read a CSV file, and also maybe if time permits us tomorrow, we'll also work with getting the file from the internet. How to get the file from the internet? Maybe you get a table from the internet. That's on web scraping. How you can scrape that part using pandas. You can scrape the table using pandas and have it in your notebook environment. In your notebook, then you use your data analysis to do whatever thing you want to do. So this is not everything, but I've just showed you some bases. Like in a data frame, you can extract just a particular row. You can extract a sequence of rows, and that also for the column. Then you can also perform your maxing by doing some conditions, by specifying some conditions. Now let's see. Someone is asking that can I do some kind of calculation? Maybe in this exam, maybe there's something you want to apply it across that column. Maybe you want to apply it across the column. Let's see, this is DF2, and this is our DF2. This was this. Maybe you want to increase the scores by 2. You want to increase it uniformly across. Every person should have a score of 2. When you do this, when you do DF2 score, sorry, that should be in a string, score plus 2 plus 2. This can go, but you have to reassign it towards DF2. DF2 score. Okay, let me say DF2. I'll give it new column, new age. Then I say okay. This. So when I do this and I call my DF2, you see that I have increased the ages. I've increased the ages. You can also sort your data frame. Yeah, is it this? Okay, yeah. Thank you. I increased the score, not the ages. Thank you. So here should be new score. Here should be new score. Now, I now have new score, new age. I want to drop this new age. So it is easy for me to drop it. The F2.drop, right? And what am I dropping? I'm dropping new age. I'll specify the column, the axis, the axis is what is 1. So I'll also specify the in place because I don't want to reassign equal to 2. So when I do this, I can see my DF2 to know if it has dropped. So I have it that it has dropped. So for that start, let's see how we can sort the data frame. Maybe you want to sort the data frame according to the age alphabetically, ascending to descending. It's just a simple stuff. You just do df2. You are sorting the age, the names, dot sort. What are you sorting? You are sorting values. Dot sort underscore values. When I do this, okay, I'm having an error here. When I do this, I have this. They are sorted that name alphabetically. But when I do this df2 dot sort values, I say okay, this, it gives me an error. Missing one propositional argument by, because since I'm not specifying the name here, I have to specify it here by equals to name, and see it is sorted. Okay, at this point, the teachings for today, will call it over. Let's see this. Before we call it over, you see this index is here. Because of the sorting, the index is here is not giving me what I like. I have 0, 1, 2, 3. For me to do this, I just have to use a command which is dot reset index. Dot reset index. The reset index. I think this is. So you see the index that I resetted, and I have to, as I reset, I have to drop. When I reset, I have to do dot drop, because the former index will be taken into it. Dot drop index, then axis equal to 1. Then I have my find data frame. So at this point, we will call it a day. Tomorrow we'll be looking more at a bigger data set, something that we cannot analyze with Excel. I'll import it into our notebook here so it will be easier. So, but for those that don't have my WhatsApp number, you can please contact me on WhatsApp. And I think I have to just drop this again. I'll also send the assignment for today on WhatsApp 50736053. I'll drop the assignment today for WhatsApp, and the teaching, the fights for yesterday and today, I will also drop it to you. Okay, yeah, you can contact me on WhatsApp for any further questions. Any other further question for dropping of your assignments. So with this, we call it a day. Kahali, thank you for joining. Mr. Nobu, thank you. Faith, Thank you. Others that joined and left during the presentation, also thank you. I'll reach out to all of them. So have a nice day and see you tomorrow by 11 a.m. Bye.